Hi, in this video I'm going to go over some of the lighting tricks that are available in Blender 3.4. Some of them are available in earlier versions. So the first, let me take this cube and put it on a plane so we have something to take a look at. If I go to the light, now I'm in EV, but if I change over to cycles, I have this use nodes available for the lights. And there's kind of a neat trick you can do in this, kind of give it an effect like maybe there's trees above it or the lights filtering through clouds slowly moving by. So all you need to do is just go to the nodes for that light, add a noise and a color ramp, and you can kind of play around with those to get something that looks right. And then the trick here is to use a driver for the noise. And what you do there is you change the noise from a 3D to a 4D, and the fourth is time. And then you can drag out this W, that's like the time varying component. And you can use, in another video I go over drivers, and if you do hashtag frame divided by some value, then it's going to take the frame and divide it by a value, and then it's going to give you that texture changing over time. And you've probably seen this trick used in shaders or maybe a displacement to give you some kind of oscillating effect, some kind of time varying component of displacement. But here we're using it for lights, and that's pretty neat. You can get a neat effect. I'm showing it here, but I rendered something so you don't get the kind of noisy view of what's happening in my viewer here. And so that's the kind of effect you can get. Now there's another lighting trick that you can use if I get rid of that light. And this is just kind of a general, I want to get some better lighting in my scene. So if you move this light up, and let me take the power up a little bit on this. Okay, that looks good. And this is another thing using nodes, so it's available in cycles, but not EV. I'm going to copy the plane and move it so we get sort of a wall behind this cube. You can see this point light. Yeah, it's nice, but it's kind of a uniform thing. But if you go online, there's a lot of places you can go where there's where IES files are available. And if you add an IES texture to that emission and you click external, if you downloaded some file from, there's a number of sites, I can give you a couple of names. If you look up lighting and IES, you'll come up with a lot of different things. There's let's see, Atlas lighting, FSC lighting. Let's see if they have another one. AEC illumination. There's a bunch of different sites, and a lot of the lighting manufacturers, they actually have these files available. And you can see it kind of gives you an idea of this light, what it really looks like. So you can get a very realistic type of lighting very cheaply by getting these files. You can download them for free online and putting them in your scene. And then that's pretty much it. You get a nice variety of different kinds of lighting, and I'll show a couple of them here. There's another one. So the next lighting trick is if you want sort of a more natural looking lighting in your scene. And this, I'm pretty sure you've seen this in others, but I'm going to include it in here for completeness. And that's if you go to the world And then you add to the world shader an environment texture. And in this environment texture, if you go into your Blender directories, you can find where these are. It's usually under Studio Lights. In let me see, in mine, if I go down into Blender Foundation, Blender 3.4, 3.4, data files, Studio Lights, world, you can get these. They're EXR files, but they're HDRI, high dynamic range images. And if you put one into your scene using this environment texture, it's going to give you a very realistic type of lighting where this image is actually used as the lighting in the scene. So here I am adding this sort of sunset look, and it's really nice. You can add a lot of realism to your scene just by adding these HDRI images. And if you don't want to see the image behind it, but you want the lighting, under ray visibility in the world settings, you can turn off camera. And there you have it. You have nice lighting, but you don't have the background. Of course, if you want to use that as your background, you can do that as well and just turn it right back on. Now, another way you can do that and have a little bit of control over what it looks like is an add-on called Dynamic Sky. And all you do is go over here to the panel on the right side of the screen and click Create. And what that does under World, it creates a dynamic sky world. And if I rotate this around, you can see, yeah, there's a sky with some clouds. And there are some adjustments you can make, brightness, shadow, color saturation. You can adjust the color of the sky, the horizon color, cloud color, and then you can make some adjustments to cloud density and opacity. And then the sun as well, you can change that color and adjust its brightness, and also whether you get like hard or soft type of shadows from it. So if I go over here to the shader on the world, you can see it's added this network to the shader editor for the world. So you could go in there and kind of pick that apart and see what it's doing there a little bit. And here I'll make some adjustments, just playing around with it, just to give you an idea of what you can do. So that's it. There's a few things you can do with lighting that maybe you didn't realize were in there. I'm sure IES are probably something new to some people, and the idea of being able to use nodes for the lighting is a neat trick too. So that's it, and I'll see you in the next one. Please like or subscribe if you enjoyed this content. Thanks. Bye.